I use a light blue taskbar. What are you gonna do about it? Hey, a new expansion came out. Let's just... wait. Card's leaving. No. No. No! So Hearthstone made a new core set, and as sad as I am as a lot of cards are leaving, I gotta at least give some credit to the new card by comparing them to old cards. So we're gonna have a tier list based on how original these cards are, and we got our categories right over here. So we have our first category, basic white girl. That means they're the lowest of low. They're not original at all, man. Next category, you're trying your hardest, you know. They're not as basic as the white girls, but you know, they're just trying, you know. Next category from that, we got That's all I really gotta say about it. Next is you're going places, which, you know what? They're almost original there, but they're not quite there. They didn't drink that brain juice yet. So let's get at it. Starting with the Demon Hunter cards. Alright, so first you got Corvus Bloodthorn, with his effect being every time you play an Outcast card, you return it to your hand, which is an effect we've seen on Shadow Step before, but we gotta give it some credit. You know, it has charge and lifesteal, and it's not a spell, it's a minion. You got some cool OTK possibilities if you're gonna play 20 billion Outcast cards. Anyways, I'm back from dying. So I think that's a solid category, you know? Nothing too creative, but you know, it's not a total carbon copy. You gotta give it some credit. Alright, next we got Ganarg Glaive-Smith. You know, Outcast give your hero +3 attack this turn. You know, nothing too special. We have a lot of give your hero plus attack this turn. Shaman has a card that literally gives a hero +3 attack for 3 mana, but they also give 3 attack to a minion. Which, now that I'm looking at it, this is just a better card from Shaman. Anyways, it's not a spell, I gotta give it that. So we're gonna put it on you're trying your hardest. Our last Demon Hunter card is Illidari Inquisitor. Rush after a hero attacks the enemy, this attacks it too. So, you know, this card, 8 mana, 8, it's not like we've ever seen that before. Oh, it's a big bundle of things, but you always knew that one person in high school that just copied everyone. And then that made his identity. You know, he didn't have his own identity, he didn't have his own thoughts, he just stuck with the group. And that's what this guy is. So we gotta give him a solid Alright, our next class, Druid with 1 minion. Oh my gosh, 4 mana 3/5. Battle cry your next spell this turn costs 3 less. So 4 mana 3/5 is a pretty common stat line if you think about it. Also, you're thinking your next spell you cast this turn costs X amount of mana less. That's literally a Druid spell right now. Actually, that's a Druid spell that makes it cost 3 less already, I think. He's trying his hardest, you know. Alright, our next class, Hunter, another 1 minion class. Battle cry, discover a copy of a beast in your deck. Hunter discovers, got tracking. Wait a second, did tracking get removed? Oh, we're safe, boys, we're safe. Easy, easy. Although the text, discover a copy, that's not too original. In terms of Hunter, this is something kind of new, you know? You know what, I have to give this card you're going places, because this card is going places. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The Guardian over here. We got spell damage +2, death rattle. The next menu you draw inherits these powers. I mean, it's pretty slow, not gonna lie, but you know, the way this works on your deck, that is something we have to applaud here. I am okay with giving this card to be worthy of the drinking brain juice tier right here. It's got a secret. After an enemy minion deals 3 or more damage, destroy it. And that is what I would call some creative attack from Paladin right here. We've had some Paladin secrets that reduce health. We've had some Paladin secrets that respawns a minion with 1 health. But we've never had a Paladin secret that outright destroys a minion right here. This is some brain juice level stuff because it has that deal 3 or more damage requirement. Pretty good game design right there. Our next Paladin spell, Pursuit of Justice. Give +1 attack to silver hand groups you summon this game. So traditionally, Paladins needed to have something on the board to buff their silver hand recruits first, or they'd have to play something like level up while they already had silver hand recruits on the board. But this card, they're elevating that silver hand recruit to the next level. We're making it so it's a permanent +1 buff, and unlike the other cards, which may be a legendary, this could be more consistent because there can be 2 of them in your deck. So again, Paladin over here. Paladin has been drinking that brain juice. That's all I have to say about Paladin right here. Alright, Priest, everyone's favorite class with 4 new cards. Crimson Clergy, 1 mana after a friendly minion is healed, or friendly character is healed, give it that. Gain +1 attack. So 1 mana, 1/3, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Northshire Cleric, okay? I don't know, man, I don't want anyone to be reminding me of Northshire Cleric because I love that card. This card now is just a more aggressive priest card. You know what? I wouldn't say it's like a carbon copy of it, so I can't be giving it that white girl status, but it's definitely not an eh. Focused Will, 1 mana, silence a minion, then give it +3 health. So we've had silence a minion before. Actually, we have a card that literally just silences a minion. But this one silences a minion, give it +3 health. I see this card. We've had Purify. We've had Silence. I just see this card and I'm disappointed, alright? So it's just Silence and then Power Word Shield put into the same card. And I don't know why you would ever want to do that. So, Focused Will looks like you will be our first basic white girl card. I'm sorry about that. Thrive in the Shadows. Discover a spell from your deck. 2 mana card. This card is literally just Shadow Visions, except it's not a copy. It's just the spell from your deck. So it's just worse Shadow Visions. And I even have the Shadow tag on it. That's just insult to injury. Priest, you're letting me down here, man. Another basic white girl card. Alright, let's see if our last Priest card can redeem it. Shadowed Spirit, 3 mana 4/3. Death Rattle, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. You know, 3 mana 4/3. That's a pretty aggressive Priest card. We don't see many aggressive cards in a Priest. Shadow Spirit and Crimson Clergy, they're making a more aggressive Priest archetype. Deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, that's already a Death Rattle. And Hunter, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. Can't be giving it too high points, but it's not too low because it's in a new class. So we gotta give that a solid eh. You know, overall, Priest just letting me down, man. Next up, Rogue. Vanessa Van Cleef, 2 mana 2/3 combo. Add a copy of the last card your opponent played to your hand. So, first of all, rest in peace, my boy Edwin Van Cleef. You'll be dearly missed. Rogues, we've seen the idea of adding a card to your hand from your opponent's class before. That's totally okay. But have we seen add the last card you played from your opponent to your hand? Yes, it's plagiarized. But, in a minion 2 mana 2/3, I gotta give that some credit. I gotta give it some credit. So, I'm willing to say, this is not even an ed. This is a bit above it. I would say that this card is going places. You can fight me about that one later too. Shaman, everyone's favorite class. We got Novice Zapper, 1 mana 3/2. Oh my gosh. Spell damage +1. Overload 1. 1 mana 3/2. I don't think I've ever seen that stat line in my life. This one's tough to rank. On one hand, it's the first 1 mana 3/2. But on the other hand, is there anything special to this card? It's just like every other overloaded card. You got Totem Golem, all that stuff. 4 mana 7/7. They're just overstated cards with an overload. So this card's just an eh. Warlock. Ritual of Doom. 0 mana spell. Destroy a friendly minion. If you have 5 or more, summon a 5/5 demon. We've had 0 mana destroy a card, or minion at least, in Sacrificial Pact, and we all love Sacrificial Pact. The last card that required board presence was that 1 mana card that if you had 6 other minions, you get like some I don't even remember what that card was. It's nothing that we haven't seen before, that you can destroy a friendly minion, you get a buff, and you require a board for it. But it's also not an air rating. So, this card's going places. That card is definitely going places. Good start for the Warlock. Fell Soul Jailer. 5 mana 4/6. Battlecry. Your opponent discards a minion, Death Rattle, return it, and it's a demon. This card, we've seen some disruption before. We've got Gnome-Faratu, we've got Dirty Rat, all of that stuff. But this card makes your opponent discard it, and it can possibly just remove it entirely if you can bring Fell Soul Jailer back to your hand. I'm liking this card. Discard Warlock, we need to see more of it. I can't give it a total creative mark yet. Disrupting your opponent's hand, that's been a thing. Discarding cards, that's been a thing. Putting them together in a way which you can permanently disrupt it without any big drawbacks, that's never really been such a thing. So we gotta give that a solid, it's going places. Enslave Fell Lord, 7 mana 4/10 demon. Taunt also damages the minion next to whomever this attacks. That's not a new text, but we've also never seen that in Warlock. We've also never seen this effect with Taunt. At the same time though, it's not the most creative, I have to be honest, so this is just getting an eh rated. Alright, our last class, we got Warrior. 1 mana 2/1 Bloodsail Deckhand with a battle cry of the next weapon you play costs 1 less. And it's a pirate. So 1 mana 2/1 on a pirate. Oh my gosh. We've had a lot of 1 mana pirates so far. But the battle cry, next weapon you play costs 1 less. That's never been seen on a minion before. You play that on turn 1, you don't even need a weapon in your hand. That's pretty solid. Again, not the most creative card. We've seen these stats, we've seen the effect before. But it's not a total copy. We're gonna give that an eh. Warcash, 3 mana spell. Add a random warrior minion spell and a weapon to your hand. So we've never seen Warrior just get this much value for out of nothing, really. It's just always been, I guess, from our war cache. Oh, we're so creative today, aren't we? You know, I like this card. I think this, for Warrior, this is very creative. You know, not a total new card because we've seen a very similar Hunter card. But in terms of Warrior, we gotta give it credit here. In terms of Warrior archetypes, this card is going places. Last Warrior card, Warsong Outrider, 4 mana 5/4 with Rush. I'm not really feeling that creative. We've seen 4 mana 5/4s before. We've seen cards with Rush before. It's just a 4 mana 5/4 with Rush. You know, it's not a total carbon copy. It's not a basic white girl level. But this card, he's really just trying his hardest, you know. Our last part, the neutral cards. We got Fog Sail Freebooter, a 2 mana 2/2 pirate. If you have a weapon equipped, deal 2 damage. Oh, we've never seen this type of synergy with weapons before. Again, 2 mana 2/2 pirate, nothing too out of the ordinary, just keeping with the pirate theme. That'd be obviously great in a warrior deck. You know, it's nothing too special, but it's nothing too bad. It's just a solid eh. Next minion, Overlord Runthak. 5 mana 3/6. Rush, whenever this attacks, give a +1/+1 to all minions in your hand. We've seen hand buffs before. We've seen rush minions before, but we've never seen hand buffs and rush come together. Adding on to that, we've never seen hand buffs in recent expansions to this magnitude, besides that one demon card, whatever it's called. But we've never seen it this instant. This is an instant buff. It's nothing too outstanding. We gotta get fair here, but it's going places. Let's give it to the going places. Talon Forging, 5 mana 3/3 taunt, Divine Shield. Death Rattle, draw your highest cost minion. Alright, we've seen fish for specific cards before, but we've never seen it on a minion with these weird stats. I wouldn't say it's anything outstanding, but I'll definitely give it an eh. Alright, our last 6 cards, the cards that are replacing our old dragons that have to leave because they're a bit too weak. Alright, we'll start with Dormi. So 7 mana 8/8 dragon. Start of game, if this is in both players' deck, turns are only 15 seconds long. So that's a really fun card. You know, 15 seconds long, that's a Dormi staple. A start of game effect that cuts down time. I've got to say, I've never thought Hearthstone devs would ever put that text inside of a card. So we are given this card the brain juice right from the devs here. It leaked right down to this card. Alexstrasza, the Lifebinder, Battlecry, choose a character. If it's friendly, restore 8 health. If it's an enemy, deal 8 damage. So again, 9 mana 8/8, that's a dragon, that's classic Alexstrasza. And we've seen restore health if it's a character that's friendly, and deal damage if it's a character that's an enemy. So again, nothing too special about this card. It's just Alexstrasza with that one Lich King card. I wouldn't say it's anything outstanding, but gotta consider that it's also based off classic Alexstrasza. So this card, I gotta give it, you're trying your hardest. I'm sorry, Alexstrasza, you couldn't give life into your tier list rank. That was really bad. I'm gonna move Onyxia, the Broodmother, 9 mana 8 dragon, a classic Onyxia. At the end of each turn, fill your boards with 1 on Welt. You know what this card is? This card was the dev saying, man, Onyxia really sucks, but I really like the Onyxia effect. You know, the Whelps, that's classic Onyxia in the World of Warcraft. What if we just made it at the end of each turn? So, you know what I say to that, devs? I say that is a basic white girl card. We're gonna hope Malygos can save Onyxia's failure here, and it looks like he does with a 9 mana 4/12 dragon, the classic Malygos stat line. Battlecry, draw spells until your hand is full. So we've seen draw until your hand is full in a rogue card, but we've never seen it on a minion, and we've never seen it for specifically spells. This looks like some great OTK potential. You don't even need to have a deck full of spells, you just have the specific spells you need for your OTK. I'm liking this card, but I have to be honest here, it's nothing revolutionary. It's definitely not an eh, right? This is more than an eh. We've never seen this type of specific tutoring for spells. So this card, I can see it go in places, especially with that OTK potential and like old Malygos did for his OTK potential. Ysera the Dreamer, 9 mana 4/12 dragon, a classic Ysera. So this is just Ysera but better, and I have to give you the same treatment as I did on Onyxia. I understand that dream cards are Ysera classic, but this is just Ysera but a bit faster. Come on, we gotta be real here, right? Malygos, he had some new effect, but you, Ysera, you're just a basic white girl. Our last card, Deathwing the Destroyer, 10 mana 12/12 dragon, Battlecry, destroy all other minions. Discard a card for each card destroyed. It's a classic, you have to destroy your minions, discard your hand, but it's still a basic white girl effect. Even your other reincarnation of Deathwing, the one that summons dragons, that's entirely new. I understand how this needs to stay true to the classic Deathwing. That doesn't make it any less of a basic white girl card. Alright, so we're looking back on our tier list. Paladin's really been drinking that brain juice, and I hope he overdoses on it because I hate playing against Paladins right now. We got Priest over here. Priest is lacking. You know, I'm looking back on this tier list, and I'm thinking, is Pursuit of Justice really that creative? Or was I just high on the brain juice here? And you know what? I think I was just high on the brain juice for Pursuit of Justice. I gotta lower it down a notch. Alright, let's talk about our most and least creative cards of the new core set. So, I think it's an obvious choice for the most creative card. Egwin the Guardian. I can't even pronounce that, dude. I'm not gonna say it's good or anything, but it's definitely creative, and that's what we like to see, especially with Mage, who lost literally everything. Our least creative card, I know Priest had it real bad, but Thrive in the Shadows, it's just Shadow Visions. It even has shadows in the name. I know Shadow Visions is really good and all, but I think you need to start drinking some more brain juice, okay? Alright, that's the Hearthstone new core set Originality tier list. If you have another opinion, you can leave a comment below and I will gladly fight you over it. Y'all should let me hear it, because I'm about to beat y'all in the comments, okay? I mean, I really won't though, but like, I want to know, so let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.